Hi guys, happy Wednesday. So today I decided I wanted to water all of my Hoya propagations that I have here. I have 3 sets of these and I have some propagations up here as well that I like to water. So I thought I'd bring you along with me to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to change the camera angle and face it downwards so that you can see the propagations as I'm watering them. So I have this dinner tray table here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing and try to set it up the best possible. First thing I do for my propagations is I go ahead and check with a wooden skewer to see if the soil is dry. And so I'll go in and check them all, and then I'll decide which ones are getting watered. Typically, you want to make sure that your propagations stay moist. These are actually on a heating mat, so they're kind of drying up a lot faster than I expected. Some of them are still staying moist, as you can see here. Once the soil is sticking to the actual skewer, that means that the plant is still moist. I also do check the weight of pot itself. So these propagations I took a while ago. I couldn't even tell you the date of when I took them, but it's been a while. They have good substantial roots. I think they could use some more watering than I've been giving them. I think it's been about a week. Some of these I'm a little concerned because they're still pretty moist, but I think that it might have to do with the fact that they're outer edge pots and the inner edge ones are the ones that are drying out. So now I'm going to fill up my watering can. I have my mix here in a 1 gallon water jug and my watering can. So I'm going to fill that up and then get started watering these. So I'm going to go ahead and test the pots out and see which ones feel light and which ones really don't need any water. There's also some water down in the actual tray, bottom tray here. None of these are like, dying for any water. And that allows me to also let them go longer without watering. So it looks like it's just the center here that needs water. So I'm going to just go ahead quickly and water these. And I just top water mine. And I know there's some room in the actual saucer, the bottom tray, to catch any of the excess water. So I'm okay with watering them directly here. So in this tray, I have some Hoya Sunrise, quite a few Hoya Sunrise. I also have some Hoya Crimson Queen. I have some Hoya Carnosa, and I have some Hoya Crimson Princess. I don't see any rotting leaves or yellow leaves, so I think they're all very well rooted and doing well. I do see some that are kind of dry, wrinkly leaves, but not too much, nothing concerning. So I've used an entire watering can, so I'm going to go over and check some of the ones that I don't remember if they need before I move on to the next tray. So some of them still do need water. Okay, so I'm going to spin this around so I can water the other side and also fill up my watering can. Hopefully you can still see what I'm doing here. So they all look well watered. So we're going to go ahead and put the dome on this and put it back on the shelf. So I just have a clear dome here that has some venting holes that I put on top. And this will allow them to root and hold on to some of the moisture and grow faster. This is the tricky part, to make sure you don't knock off any leaves, all the propagations in the actual dome. I think in the future I want to get some of the same nursery pots or propagation pots or whatever, but in a clear version so that I can see the roots in them. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this on the shelf and I'll be back with the next tray. So here's the next tray. This one's not completely full. And I did have the vents on this one closed, so they may not need water. I think I will vent it out this time. Check in the leaves. These are outgrowing the propagation. I might have to, because it's not allowing some of the plants to get any light. I might have to move these out of the propagation soon, and I'll take you guys along with me for that one. And here I have fungi, obovata, carnosa, I believe, and some pubicalix. So now let me find my skewer. We're gonna go ahead and test the water or the soil in these. This one right here looks like it completely rotted. So we're just going to take that one out. And that one most likely just dry rotted. So I can see that this one, the growth tip is drying back. So that one might actually need some water. A lot of these are dry, I can say. As well, sometimes you can tell by the top of the soil it's pretty wet, just lifting the pot. Because I took that corner one out, I'm going to put another one in its place. I think I only have one in the center here, which is this lavada. I'm going to put that in a corner here. Hopefully I can tuck her in. Okay, now that I've checked the soil, I'm going to go ahead and water them. All of these plants I rooted before I put them in soil. This tray. Once they had substantial roots, then I potted them up in soil. I also did a video on that. I will share that with you guys. If you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and check it out. So now we've watered all of these. The rest of these look okay. I don't have any rotting or yellowing leaves, so we're gonna just close this up and put it back on the shelf. In case you're wondering, all these propagations are in my guest bedroom because I don't have the room for the shelf in my craft room. And yeah, this was the best spot for them for now. It's only one shelf in the guest bedroom, so it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. So I think I got all the tendrils in and all the leaves. Make sure down here. Okay, let's go ahead and put it back on the shelf. So this is the last tray, and I do see some rotting plants in here, and I think that it was because I closed the vents in here. So we're gonna get rid of some of these. Hopefully the whole plant is not dead, but we have some leaf loss here, quite a bit. I may have wet these when I watered it last time, and that might be why they rotted. Could be getting too hot as well. Yeah, this one completely died back. And this is the Australis Lisa. I find that she is prone to rotting if you overwater her, so I think I may have overwatered her or left too much water on her leaves. Could also be because no air circulation may have just rotted her out, or too much heat from the heat mat. I do have some leaves just falling off here. Some new leaves. Could be that she got too dry, because the pot does feel dry. I may have waited too long to water these, which is a shame because these were really nice cuttings. That one, I may be able to save that. We'll try. I'll try to root her up in some water. I think I let her get too dry because these pots feel extremely, extremely dry. The Botonier feels good. It has plenty of water still, so I won't be watering that one. The Hoya Compacta looks good as well. So I'm going to pull out some of these pots that didn't do well. I do see a stem here that actually has a whole vine, but the stem is dying back, so it's intertwined with this one here. And so what I'm going to do is I'll propagate that vine because it looks like it might have a leaf on it. So I'll propagate the vine and restart that propagation. So the vine has leaves, but in the pot, the stem, you can tell it's dying back. It rotted from the roots, and I'll show you in a minute here. And this was a Hoya australis that you can see here. It's completely died back up to there, and so I'll cut it before that node and try to save the rest of this vine. So I definitely have to try and water these more often. This other australis looks good. This is the other pot that died back that I pulled out already. So we have another empty pot. There's another one. This was an Australis Lisa that died back. Again, those are completely dry, so I think they just dried out. And I don't think their roots were long enough to reach the bottom tray to soak up any water, so. But on a good note, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Australis Lisas and 2 regular Australis alive in here, so I think they'll be fine. I have some Hoya lacanosa snow caps in here, and she feels like she has enough moisture in here. She does look like she has some rotted vines, so I'm going to pull that out, or whatever's dead I'm going to take out. Yeah, she was rotted. Some of her, not the entire pot, so I'm just going to leave the rest of the pot in here, or the rest of the plant, and hope that she can bounce back, because the rest of her looks good. Again, I think I waited too long to water these, and that's why I'm having some issues here. Some of these finer leaf Hoyas do not hold too much moisture. The compacta looks good. Okay, so let's go ahead and start watering these plants. I'm going to start watering the Australis Lisa and the regular Australis first. And then if I feel like the other ones need some water, I'll check those out and see if they need water individually. I'm going to try not to get any water on the leaves this time. We lost another Australis Lisa leaf here. This is definitely because it was underwatered, because that pot is completely dry. The stem is still good, so hopefully she'll continue to grow. Again, trying not to wet the leaves. Sorry, I'm not talking about much, you guys. I'm trying to focus on these propagations and make sure that I take care of them correctly. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a great day so far. We're on week 3, I believe, of school for my kids. And so far, everything's going good. My son is not a big fan of school, but is doing good in school so far. I'll turn this around and do the other Lisa's from this side. Okay, some of the lacunosas also feel like they need some water, so I'm going to go ahead and water those. Only the ones that feel dry. Again, I'm picking up the pots to see if they're heavy or not. Trying not to wet the leaves here. Trying to make sure all the obovatas, or the compactas and the Bertonier are good. Double checking some of them. Okay. So this obovata back here feels a little soft. I'm going to give her just a little drink. It's the Hoya compacta. And then this lacunosa feels a little dry as well, so I'm going to give her a little drink. Okay, that's the last of those. I'm going to go ahead and put the dome on. So I only have 2 of the trays on heat mats, and the 2 that were on heat mats are the ones that had some rotting issues. So I think I'm going to turn off the heat mats for now, because I think that the heat mats may have made it too hot for them. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it closed on top so it absorbs some moisture, and I'm going to take it off the heat mat, or turn off the heat mats. So I have this tray here of propagations. These are baby jade plants. I have a lipstick plant gracilis. I have the lipstick plant variegated version, two of them. So typically I just let these bottom water. So what I'll do is I'll fill the tray up almost halfway, or like a fourth of the way on the bottom. And then I'll let it soak up whatever it needs. And I'll come in later tonight and I'll get rid of the excess water. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on the shelf. Make sure none of the leaves are touching the water. And she'll be good to go back up. I also have this philodendron hederaceum. I'm not sure what's going on with these leaves. I think I'm going to pluck off a lot of these older leaves because it just looks very sickly. So I'm going to pluck those off. I'm going to go ahead and use my snippers. I got these snippers from Dollar Tree. And she has a lot of new growth, so I'm not really worried about snipping these off. So anything that has this spotty yellowing colors on it, I'm just going to snip it. It's going to be a lot of leaves, but I think she'll thank me. Plus maybe the center of the pot will get more air. Once I'm all done here, I'm going to show you what their situation looks like on the shelf. It's really a lot of these leaves that look like that, so I'm going to cut them all off. I don't know if it's from too much light, too much moisture, but we're going to get rid of them because they do not look aesthetic. They don't look healthy. Hopefully it's not some kind of fungal issue in the entire plant. We will see how the rest of these leaves progress. There's another one. I think she will dry out better that way. Yeah, she's still moist, so I don't need to water her at all. She's got another bad leaf here. So that's what she looks like after I cleaned her up. Okay, I'm not going to water her. She still has enough moisture in her soil. So I'm just going to let her grow. And maybe that new growth will actually get more light. I also have a pot here that is like dead. I don't know. Still moist from the last time I watered it. It's supposed to be a calathea. She is drying out. I don't know if she's going to give me any new growth. She did give me a green stem one time, but it dried out. I'm going to just water it and try to give her some time and see if she'll come back. And she is in a cute catch pot, so I'll just water the top around a little and hope that she will come back. And I'm going to put her on the shelf under the grow light. Okay, you guys, that is everything. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the setup. So this is what my shelf looks like. I'm not utilizing the bottom shelf because it's too narrow. And on the top there, I got to take care of those pots as soon as I'm done here. So this one on the bottom had a heat mat, and that's the one that had a lot of loss. So I turned the heat mats off, and I also closed the vents so it could hold on to more moisture. And in here again, I have the Australis Lisa, I have the Compacta, the regular Australis Bertonier AF, I believe it's called, and some Lacunosa snow caps and regular Lacunosa. Up on the next shelf, I have no heating mat on this one, and I believe this one didn't have any losses. It didn't have any losses, needed the least amount of watering. The plants are thriving in here, so I'm excited about that. And here I have the Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess, the Crimson Queen as well, regular Hoya Carnosa. I have Hoya Sunrise, and I believe I have some Hoya Chelsea in there as well. So yeah, I'm really excited about that one. And the next shelf up, I have Hoya Obovata, Hoya Fungi, Hoya Pubicalyx Splash. And I think I might have some Carnosa in there as well. Regular Hoya Carnosa. And this one as well had a heating mat, but I'm turning that off. And I have already closed the air vents for that one. And up here, as you can see, it's already drank up most of the water I put in there. And underneath these shelves, I have just one grow light on each shelf. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me on my plant chores. Oh, I did want to mention I also have this catchy in case there's any fungus gnats, but I think that has taken care of most of them. I turned it off for the video so it's not making noise, because it does make a little bit of noise that the camera might pick up. That's about it, you guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked everything that I showed here. If you have any questions, leave it down below in the comment section. Okay, thank you. Bye.